Hey yo, I remember my grandmother telling me, motherfuckers put the heat up to 100 in the crib. It's time for you to get the hell out.
Money, cars, clothes, hoes. It's all a nigga know. It's all a nigga know. Yeah. Slow dough, and fast hoes.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Y'all already know what it is. Another episode of Run It Back. Well, y'all already know we highlight the city's greats, and this week is no different. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna talk about one of the area's greats that made his name, and he got busy on the hardwood floor in Waterbury. You know what I'm saying? He was a standout at Wilby. You know, made his imprint known. So when we come back, stay tuned. You know what I'm saying? This week. All right, Kev. Thanks for joining in.
Yes.
All right, now, as y'all see, you know what I'm saying, we, only legends sit in this seat. So this week there's no different, you know what I'm saying? So we're blessed with the presence of Mr. Kev Easton, a.k.a. Chubb. How you doing, my brother?
Chillin'.
Yeah?
Yes.
So listen, I usually tell everybody or ask everybody, how did basketball start out for you?
Well, basketball started out through me, through my brother, who was, he played. He's pretty good, whatever. And what I did was, my mother used to always bring me to his games. My father bring me to his games and watch him. And then it just made it to a point where I seen it, I loved the game. I started playing the game. And then it got to the point where I wanted to be better than him.
Okay. Wow. So what would you say, like, how old were you when you started kind of going to the game and understanding what you was looking at?
Probably like about 5-6 years old.
Okay, you was young.
Oh yeah, definitely. I was
young.
Real young. Yeah, definitely when I was young.
Oh, okay. Now your brother, tell everybody who your brother?
My brother is Pete Eason, played for Sacred Heart, scored over 1,000 points at Sacred Heart, went to Post for 2 years, scored over 1,700 points at Post, and then went to Augusta, Georgia, and Atlanta.
Oh, okay. Wow, so he got busy. You had a good role model to kind of like follow.
Well, yeah. I just, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So you said you started watching him around 5.
Yes.
So around that time, after watching him, when were you able to apply like some of the things that you was watching on the court? Like when were you able to go out there and start testing your own skills, or was he working with you, pushing you to, be better?
No, because he was always when I was growing up, like I said, 5, whatever. He was in college already.
Okay. So he was already.
I would watch the games, like the Post games. I would go up there, stay with him.
Okay.
At Post.
Yeah.
For like my mother, dropped me off for the weekend. I would stay up from at Post. I would go to practice. That's how I met Reg.
Okay.
I would go to practice with him, and watch, and then by watching the game and loving the game, then I would start I would go on the court and start utilizing what I seen and try to do what I seen out there and try to do the same thing, and then I just learn to upgrade from there.
Right.
Because different situations is different.
Yeah. Now when you say Reg, what Reg are you talking about?
Reggie O'Brien.
Oh, okay. So he gonna come in the conversation later. So you started watching. Well, you seen Reg early.
But yeah, because he was my brother's coach.
Oh.
Back then.
So he coached at Wilby, Reg?
Yeah, he coached at Wilby, but before that, he used to coach at Post College.
Okay. Oh, all right. So your brother had experience with Reg.
Yeah, this is the 70s.
Wow, this is taking it back.
Yeah.
So excuse me. So now you're going to the courts. Now are you bumping heads with any other fellow kids or at the playgrounds and stuff like that?
Oh, definitely. I matter of fact, living on the hill, it's a whole lot of kids that you play against. And that was kind of my point of not going to Crosby, because I was supposed to go to Crosby because I grew up. I grew up on Long Hill. I was supposed to go to Crosby, but I play against them all the time. I went to play against them. You know what I mean?
Because that was gonna be my next question. Like, how you in the OPs, up the way, how you end up at Wilby?
Because I gave my brother's address.
Okay. Wow.
which was a Wilby district, and that's how I got to.
That's how you got to Wilby.
Because, like I said, I didn't want to play with like the guys that I play with every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? On up the top of the club or in the club.
Yeah.
Or down in the cage, which wasn't even the cage back then. Before that, it was nothing. When the ball goes down the hill, we used
in
to
the woods.
We used to have the little kids go down,
run
down there and get the ball.
Yes.
And then bring it back, and we'll give them a couple, quarters or whatever. And you know what I mean? But that's how it was back then on the hill before they put the cage up.
I have to say, like, for me, I grew up with your nephews. You know what I'm saying? So my first, like, shout out to Kevin, that's my cousin. So he was, he would come to my grandmother's house bouncing the ball and stuff like that. So, like, me seeing basketball was probably first through him. But I never really got a chance to see him play. You know what I'm saying? At that time. It wasn't until, like, I'm going up to Dame, your house or whatever, and, we downstairs and I'm seeing all these Wilby pictures and, I'm like, Dad, he's like, yeah, that's my Uncle Kev, man. He got a game tonight. Or I'm like, Dad, when I'm seeing all these pictures, you, Phil, and, you know what I'm saying? Melly B, like, your team pictures and stuff like that on the wall and stuff like that going. So, for me, you got, obviously you older than us, but, kind of like my interactions with Dame and stuff like that, always being around, it was like me seeing a basketball player, star, was like, you was like my first image, because I'm up there every day.
Yeah, all day.
You know what I'm saying? And it was like...
It's funny that you said that, because I played with Cal. At Sacred Heart Grammar School, I played with Cal.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
I was in 5th grade, he was in 8th grade. At Sacred Heart, they had a 5th and 6th grade team, and then they had a 7th and 8th grade team.
Okay.
I never played the 5th and 6th grade team. I came in at 5th grade, I played with Cal the whole time.
Wow. What was that like?
Now, for me, being that, like, for me, it was like normal, because, like, first of all, I played on the boys club every Saturday. That was way better competition than what I was doing in the Catholic school at that time. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It was way better competition.
Yeah.
So that was, for me for my coach, for Calvin to tell him that, and then my coach watching was like, yeah, you're not playing, 5th and 6th grade no more. You're going to all the 7th and 8th grade games.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, it probably was, it was just, it was normal. For me, it was normal.
It felt normal.
Because I love the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love the game.
Wow. So who did you, like some of the people you was able to identify with playing on the hill before high school?
Before I played, like, just where we live, I played with, like Spence used to bring me to the boys club.
Okay.
Spencer Harrison.
Yeah.
Daryl Parker used to bring me to the boys club.
P-Funk.
After Spence.
Yeah. Wow.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, like, it was like, it was talent up there.
Yeah.
It was talent, not only just talent on the hill, period.
And then when I talk to, like, some of the old heads, you know what I'm saying, like my uncle and, the guys that kind of, like, hung out. But wasn't too much athletic. They were like, nah, Chubb, man. Yo, Chubb used to stay at that court. Like,
guys, you know what I mean? They'd be like, yo, hang out. I'll be like, well, I'll be down, at that time, I'll be like, either I'm on top of the club outside, if the club wasn't open, or if the club was open, I'll go inside the club. And because those where you got the best, you got the best games. You know what I mean? That's
for sure.
Those shits made you or break you. Made you or broke you.
For sure. And it's crazy because, me and one of my boys, I know Phil probably going to disagree with what I'm about to say, but shout out to Phil out here in the crowd. One of my boys, Haran, we talk about how, like, if you gather up a lot of the people that came up on the hill, that lived on the hill, you know what I'm saying? The talent pool, because it wasn't just Crosby that lived up on the hill. You got a representation of different schools, you know what I'm saying, of people that end up, being top tier, like at Wilby, Crosby, Sacred Heart, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, if you made a whole hill, like an all hill team, that'll, measure up with a lot of the, city teams that, you know what I'm saying, probably weren't from the hill. If you think about all the people that kind of like came up on the hill back in the day.
And we're not even counting the people that didn't even play.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
But at the same token, you gotta think. There's a lot of people down the street. Also, there's a lot of them that didn't play.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? It was. If you notice at Pearl Street, it was never like an all hill team or all down.
No.
It always mixed.
Mixed. Yeah.
It always mixed the talent. You know what I mean?
And I think too is like when you get someone like as yourself, you kind of live in the Crosby district. So you're around a lot of Crosby heads.
I definitely live in the and you don't even understand what I went through. I went through, especially the day, like, when we playing Crosby that day, and they like, and I'm walking to my bus stop, and they like, yeah, we'll see you tonight, and this and that, and now I was like, you know what I'm saying? It's all good. I'll see you tonight. Yeah. Because the game it's all going to be done on the court. You understand what I'm saying? It's all going to be done on the court. So I was like, I like my chances.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I was like, I like our chances of winning. Yeah. And they like their chances. Yeah. And they like, you know, they used to always be like, yo, you should have never left us. You should have came to Crosby. You supposed to be at Crosby. I was like, nah, I'm content where I'm at.
You content where you're at?
I'm content where I'm at. Like, I did this for a reason, though.
For sure.
I did it for a reason.
For sure. Now, okay, so before we get to high school, so you played Sacred Heart all middle school.
Sacred Heart Grammar School, and then I wound up going to North End right at basketball season in North End.
Oh, okay. Now, did you play ball?
Yes. The first thing Mr. Pettaway said to me, I remember, man, he was like, you play sports? And I was like, yeah, I play ball. Now, Mr. Pettaway's from the Hill.
Yeah.
So I was shocked that he said this to me.
Right.
I was very shocked that he said this.
Oh,
he
man.
Said, he said, you know, you're coming from Sacred Heart Grammar School. He said, you know, this is not, you know, the Catholic school. You know, you're going to be playing against better players. Now, and I was like, Mr. Pettaway, I play against these guys every Saturday.
Every day.
You know, we down the boys club every Saturday, whatever.
Right.
I was like, this is like, it's not like, this is, I'm home now. Like, basically, I'm like home. You know what I mean? It was like,
oh man. So what's your middle school squad look like?
Well, our middle school, it was me, Mel, Sher, and then a bunch of I can't even remember their names no more. Like, I can't even remember.
Mel. Which Mel?
Melly B.
Melly B. Okay.
B, Sherman Robinson.
Okay. Now,
Sherman went to North End?
Yeah.
Don't remember that. I was there, but I didn't play. I didn't play in middle school.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
He didn't play.
So how good was your squad?
I mean, our squad, we was 3 deep.
Okay. Oh,
But you know what I mean? And we won all the way until like we beat Wallace. Wallace had a crazy squad at that time, you know, with Dewey and Sean Freeney, and they had a crazy squad. And then West Side had a crazy squad because it was Pearl Lake and
that's right,
Springbrook together.
Yeah, together.
So you had the Trey Jones, the Chalk, you know, anybody that was playing ball like heavy back then.
Yeah, back then.
They had, you know what I mean? So it's 3, and we're playing against.
Oh, they deep.
They come in 5. They subbing 5 at a time. Yeah. I was like, yo.
Yeah.
What's going on here? I was like, what's going on here? It's like, yo, we tired, ready to come out. And then there's a whole nother 5. And he was like, no, you got to stay in. You got to stay in.
Wow.
I was like, yeah, it was.
So what would you say what was your playing style like early on?
My playing style always early on, like even in Sacred Heart. Before, when Calvin was there, I pretty much played like the guard position. Okay. And then when Calvin left, that's when I became like a down low. Okay. Because there was nobody taller than you know what I mean? Yeah. There was nobody really taller than me. Right. And or nobody that knew. You know, they just didn't know like how to, you know.
Yeah, some of the instincts
like bump,
that you got to.
Bump somebody and get an N1 or this like little things. So then. You know, I played that. I played PAL. You know, I played Sacred Heart. I played PAL. You know, I was in different leagues all at the same time. Yeah. So I would have a game, and then I would never leave, and then I would have the PAL game, and then at the same place. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. So you once you're there for a while.
Yeah. I was there, you know. I get out at school and we go there and we play our games, and then I would sit there for like an hour, and then we have our next game.
Okay.
Which is the PAL, which the PAL we had a good team. It was like me, Baron Brown, Derek Pruden, Roy Thompson. It was Cooley. It was Mark Anders. It was it was great. We wind up winning it all, but.
But you just named some some studs
But I was the biggest one out of all of them. Think about that now.
Okay.
If you look at them, I was so where I'm at, I'm down low.
You're down low. Down low.
I'm down low.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
I wasn't a guard no more.
Okay. So so you say you play a little bit of Pro Street too?
I play a lot of Pro Street.
Oh man. Is it safe to assume? You know what I'm saying? I say it all the time, but if coming up, especially in you guys' era, Pro Street was the place where you kind of like made your name.
Not only made your name, but that's when you like really get your game together.
Okay.
Because you're going against. It's like you're going against top notch. Pretty much top notch. Yeah, I mean you got 1-2 games, maybe you don't, but pretty much your whole summer you're going against
top
every game. Competition every game.
Wow. Okay.
1, 2, whatever, 1, 2 players or on that, and which you got to wind up checking because
exactly
it is what it is, or he got to wind up checking you because the object is to try to shut down the best player.
Yeah. Right. Now, you played a lot of Pro Street. Can you think of any specific teams that you had that you guys really gelled? It's like, yo, this is kind of like a magic team, like
the team that we won it when we won the Phase 2 championship.
Who was on that squad?
It was me, Phil, Melly B, Boop.
It was our Wilby team.
Yeah, it was just our Wilby team.
Oh yeah, Wilby squad.
Yeah.
Ooh, man. So the nucleus is already there.
Yeah. that started that was the start of a good run.
And you know what? It's funny that you guys said that was your Wilby squad, and that's the start of a good run because that not only because a lot of Pro Street is like a summer league.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But that carries on into the actual season.
This is what I'm saying. Then we would wind up playing in the Boys Club League.
Okay.
The preseason, the Boys Club will wind up having a league prior to the season.
And it'd be your team?
It's the whole city. It's Caner Tech got a team, Wilby, Crosby, Kennedy, Sacred Heart. Wow, everybody got a team.
Everybody got a team.
Yes, and we wind up playing there, and then that would lead us into the season.
Wow. So see, a lot of times people think that the season starts when you trying out for the team or when you start.
No. It's
when you play in the summer leagues and then you play in this league, boom, together. You play in that league together. It's only building the nucleus and like knowing who's gonna do what, and then the friendships too that you establish along the way.
Yeah, we hung all the time. Like we all hung. Like we all hung all the time. Like
yeah. So that makes it easier. Like
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Easier. Like we going to the same place.
Right.
You know what I mean? I used to come down from the hill, walk down. We play for me and Phil and Joe Blunt. My boy Joe Blunt.
Yeah. Shout out
we
Joe
used to
Blunt.
play for child care. So
okay.
we all walking down from the hill.
Yeah.
He would be on the porch and be like, "Yo, hold up, I'm coming." Like da. And then we walk up Columbia. We all walk up Columbia Boulevard.
Wow.
And then we get our, we do what we had to do.
Yeah.
He played with us at Wilby too.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So Joe Blunt play ball?
Yeah.
Like that? Like
me and Blunt hung every day. Like every single day for years. He come down the hill. I lived on the corner of East Farm, Walnut. Boom. Every single day for years we hung every day.
Every day.
And think about it, like we hung every day while we was on the hill.
On the hill.
Yeah. We played in the club, the cage, or on top of the club.
Yeah.
Those are three good
games.
The 3 good games you could get.
Yeah.
And we hung, me, him, Boop. That, what I mean? We used to hang every day. And then, we got older and then everybody started expanding now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We started expanding.
So, all right. So now you was at North End. So now you're getting ready to go to Wilby's like your. Were you? Was it like? Was it a decision?
Nah, it wasn't even. It was crazy because they didn't think I was. Sacred Heart thought I was coming back.
Oh.
They thought I was gonna come back to Sacred Heart.
Whoa, wait, hold up. So when did? All right, so Sacred Heart is in the impression you coming back.
Yeah. They was
Now, were you playing in any summer leagues with Wilby prior to?
No, I was just playing.
Just the Sacred Heart Boys Club.
We were just playing.
Okay.
Phase 1. We, mixed team, everybody.
Yeah, everybody.
You know what I mean? I play with everybody.
So Sacred Heart think you coming back?
Yes.
For the high school.
For high school.
Okay.
But then I met the coach at Mr. McDonald at North End.
Okay.
So we had gym class, whatever. And he's I'm sitting there, we're playing, and he pulled me over. He was like, because his brother was coaching at Holy Cross at the time.
Okay.
And he was like, what school are you gonna go to? You ever think about high school you're gonna go to next year? And I was like, I didn't even know who he was. I knew he was Mr. McDonald. Yeah. But I didn't put 2 and 2 together. Like Mr. McDonald, brother.
Yeah. Right.
So I was like, nah, I said, I don't know. I don't know. Most likely, I don't know. Probably Sacred Heart or whatever. So he was like, oh, okay. And he was like, all right. So and it stayed, So then, we go to gym class, whatever. And he was like, my brother. I told my brother. He was like, I told my brother about you. He said, I told my brother about you, and he thinking about if you ever consider about going to Holy Cross. Which, when I was growing up, Holy Cross was my school because of Spence.
Yeah.
Spence used to live right next door to me. Yeah. So I was like, yo, I'm going to Holy Cross. I'm going to Holy Cross. This is my brother went to Sacred Heart. I was like, he showed me way more than my brother. When my brother was there, I was like probably 4 when he was at Sacred Heart. So I didn't. Spence showed me Holy Cross.
So all right, what was that like? Like getting pointers from Spence? Because everybody knows Spence on the hill.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And then, my grandma even got clippings of Spence because he come to the house and all that. So he was real close with the family.
That was
what was that like?
That was big because he was big back then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was going. His father used to bring me to his games at Fairfield University.
Wow.
He's like, yo, we're going to see him. Then get in the car. Boom.
Okay.
And we would go see him. We would drive down Fairfield. We would go see him play at Fairfield.
Damn.
I was like, that's what I was like. Damn.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I'm going to Holy Cross. There's nothing you can tell me I'm not going to Holy Cross. As a little kid.
Though. As a little kid. Okay.
And then as I got older, now you start smelling yourself. You start doing. You be like, I gotta do what's best for me.
Yeah.
So at the time, and like I said, I was in 8th grade, and then I wind up going to the Wilby Harding game when Wilby played Harding in the championship.
Okay.
When Marty played Charles Smith.
Yeah.
When I seen that in the buses that they brought down there, I was like, I'm going to Wilby.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, there's no doubt I'm going to Wilby now. Ooh. This is what I want. I want this.
Really?
Yeah.
So, and that's a big game. Like when
that's a big game. That was beyond a big game.
And people don't, in the city, they forget like Marty Hare used to get busy back in the day.
What?
Shout out to Marty Marr. You know what I'm saying? Marty Hare was he used to get busy.
Yo, he tore Charles Smith's ass up that night.
Did
I
he?
know Pitt was like, we got the wrong person.
Get out of here.
I guarantee you that day, that's what they said.
He got busy like that.
What? Oh my goodness. Yes.
Wow. Because, it's crazy because even around that time, Pitt they was on him heavy. Like, they was even doing Charles Smith like.
Big East.
Yeah. And they was, Charles Smith would get write-ups and Republican American Pitt, Pitt product.
See, what people don't understand is like, when he'll tell you, when we used to go to camp, when we said we was from Waterbury, they didn't even know who. They was like, "Where's Waterbury?" Wow. And we was like, "We're 20 minutes from Bridgeport. From New Haven."
Yeah.
And they was like, "Oh shit, we heard about Hartford, Bridgeport, and New Haven."
Never heard about
Waterbury.
Wow.
when we went to camp, they heard about Waterbury. They heard about Waterbury.
Wow. So what are some of them camps where y'all went and y'all got busy, like when y'all put Waterbury on the map?
Yo, I'll tell you a funny story. He'll tell you. He's co-signed. When we went to Poconos, when we went to the Poconos one time, right? We was on the same team.
Okay.
I was the smallest. He was the second smallest, and then we had a crate of like 6'8", whatever, right? We was beating everybody by like 20.
Wow.
They was like, remember? They was like, we got to break this team up.
They got at
right?
camp.
Yeah, at camp. They was like, we got to break this team up. These motherfuckers beat motherfuckers by 20. They took me and another dude off the team and left him with me. I was like, oh my goodness gracious. I was like, yo, this is crazy. They took me off.
Oh,
and
man.
I was like, yo, that's crazy. And you know what's the crazy thing is we wind up meeting in the championship.
In the championship.
We still wind up meeting in the championship.
In the championship. Wow. And what how old were you guys then?
We was in high school. We was what, 16?
Yeah, like sophomore.
Yeah, we was
Sophomore?
like 15, 16.
Sophomore, he was a junior, probably something like that.
I was going.
Wow.
I was like going into my junior.
Going into your junior.
Yeah, he was a freshman going into sophomore.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
was a sophomore going into my junior.
Damn, so y'all young and they figure we gotta break them up.
Yeah, no, well, it was the aspirations we was putting on people, man. It was like, they was like, we gotta break this team up, man, because there was no games close or nothing.
Wow.
And I'm not no point guard,
Right.
but I tell you what, I know what to do.
You know when you get the
I
ball.
watched enough ball in my lifetime. I know what to do.
Right.
Just reminded me of my boy. Remember the counselor dude?
Yeah, Smurf. Smurf. My boy Smurf. Beep, beep. He used to be like, beep, beep. He played with Jeff Lebo. My boy Smurf. Man. Shout out to Smurf, man. He played with Jeff Lebo.
Yeah.
He was like a funny mug, man.
He was a counselor. It's like, and at night, like the nicest dudes used to play with the counselors.
With the counselors.
Oh, with the counselors.
The lights.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they only take the best.
The only best to play with the council.
Yes.
Okay.
And the whole camp,
And the
everybody else
whole
was just
camp.
watching.
Wow.
And then the rest of the camp just watch the game.
Watch the game of the best
The
players.
counselors were already in college. They were already college players.
Yeah.
Wow. And y'all got to play against them.
Yeah.
So it's like y'all go away to camp, y'all getting busy. You know what I'm saying? They figure out now we gotta break this up. Y'all still meeting the championship.
Yeah, still mean the championship. You know, he bringing his team. He good. He good money.
Right.
Like I'm like, I gotta bring mine. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They said don't dunk. I dunked it. I got tagged. I was like,
Oh, man.
Because it's reaction. When you go on a break and something happens, you dunk it.
Right.
Especially if somebody jump, what do? You
Yeah,
dunk
you
it.
go up.
You got attack all the way until the last week of camp, and then you could dunk. Because I guess they didn't want you to bend the rim, tear the rim out, whatever, all prior.
Yeah.
But I wasn't used to that.
Wow.
I'm used to, if you jump and I jump,
Yep.
you getting
You
banged
gonna-
on.
yeah.
You getting banged on. Or you're going to block it, either or.
Yeah, either or, yeah.
But I like my chances.
Yeah. So, all right, so how old were you when you first got your dunk? Like your first dunk? Do you remember your first dunk?
Yeah, my first dunk was like, it was like sophomore. Like, freshman year, I couldn't, it was just like popping out. I would pop and it would pop out freshman year. And then sophomore year, I learned that if you take off a little earlier,
Yep.
that was the key.
To curl it, to
Yeah.
get it over.
Take off a little earlier and then you can get it over the rim.
Okay.
Because the freshman year, I was going too close.
Okay.
And then I would try to dunk it, and then
just
it would
bouncing
shoot
out.
off the back. Yeah. So
Yeah.
then that's when I learned, and then after that, it just took off. After that, it was a wrap.
Okay. Wow. So now, all right, boom. You transition in high school. So your freshman. So you decided to go to Wilby.
Yes. After that, I went to Louis after that.
So all right. So what were you thinking though? All right, I'm gonna go to Wilby. Like, were you thinking like, all right,
I'm
freshman
thinking
year?
this
Like,
is
what
this
you
is it.
thinking?
This is gonna
What's your-
last. Like
Okay.
I would thought, like I'm going back to the States. I'm gonna play in front of this crowd,
Okay.
and it's on and popping. Like
Wow.
I was like, that was my mentality, not knowing that coaches. If I knew what I knew now, I didn't know like coaches. Everything got a play. You know what I mean?
and
Everything got played
line
into
up.
it. You know what I mean?
So you had so check this out. You had Holy Cross, Sacred Heart probably thought you was coming back.
Yeah, they
too.
thought I was coming back.
Now you got people in the hill that probably like, oh, he coming to Crosby because he live with the West.
Crosby knew I wasn't coming because I didn't go to Wallace, so they knew I wasn't going there. They knew I wasn't going to Crosby. I did use it one time. When I got in an argument with Reg at practice, and I went to the Crosby game, and I was like, "I'll be there next week. I'll be there next week." And then somebody called me. It was like, "Yo, telephone." I was like, "Telephone? Fuck, telephone." On the pay, I was like, and it was on the phone, and Reg was on the phone. He was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm going to Crosby." He was like, "No, you're not."
No, sir.
Yeah, he was like, "You're not going there."
You're not going
Click, and hung up. I was like,
wow.
I'm not going to Crosby.
Wow.
Because I knew it was just crazy. He was crazy. It was a crazy relationship that we all had. Like he didn't play. You know what I mean?
Wow. So
He looked out for us, though.
yeah, he definitely looked out.
You ain't going. You want it.
Yeah.
We didn't
He
have
was
nobody
like,
to listen to like that. Like he
Yeah.
was a father figure. He was somebody you can talk to. So it was like, yo, you ain't going, man. Click. I don't even gotta say no more.
Yeah, you ain't gotta
it's
say
like
no more.
if
You
I'm
ain't
your
going.
father and I'm telling you something, man. I just told you. Click. That's it.
That's
All right,
it.
I ain't going.
You know, he'd be like, "Yo, this is it for the best interest of you." Da da da. You know what I mean? I'm trying to do this for you. Da da da. He'd break it down to you, and then he'd be like, "Yeah, you're right."
all right. So guys that went to Wilby, right? Do you feel it frustrating when you hear people that never played for Reg be like, "Oh, nah, Reg just let you go to Wilby. You just get to run a gun. You ain't."
They got they don't
like,
even.
as opposed to because
I don't even
everybody
listen. Honestly, I don't even because they don't know.
right,
So I don't even listen to that because they don't really know
right.
because they never played.
We ran plays all practice, man.
You know what I mean? They don't know. I'm like, yo,
It's just the way we
there's
press.
a couple things he instilled. We was in the best of shape, because we ran from the time we got in to the time we left. Get on the lines.
On the lines.
When we left, that's how practice ended.
Wow.
Get on the lines. When we first got in, we ran. He made us run for like 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Just lap, motherfucker. Let's go.
Damn.
Go.
Straight laps. Those
Straight.
are obsolete now.
Yeah.
You don't even
Yeah.
run laps anymore.
Damn.
You ran laps forever.
You see what I'm saying?
Lap.
He was like, yo, and I was like, yo, why are you doing this? He was like, you're gonna see.
You understand?
He used to always tell me, you're gonna see.
Yeah.
And then we got in games where I was like, he's like, look at him, and I'm looking at him. They like,
They tired.
yeah, they was like, we can't keep running with these dudes. They could keep running. They could keep running. They could keep running. When they gonna get tired? I was like,
Wow.
We pressed the whole game.
press the
beginning to
whole,
end.
like, yo, press
Whole
it.
game.
Go,
We didn't take it off.
go,
Whole game.
and run.
We wasn't slowing the ball up on you. We were trying to get
Nah,
150.
run.
Forget that.
Get it and
We got
go.
100 a game. We trying to get 100.
Get
You
it
trying
and
to get
go.
150?
We're going full speed ahead the whole game. It wasn't like we were on the bench watching with 1 minute left and we up
Nah.
at 20.
No.
We're still in the game, blowing them out.
So y'all never left the foot off the gas.
Think about it. We beat Sacred Heart one time, 123 to 63. Add that up.
Damn.
Do the J session. Add it up.
yeah. Add it up.
Add it up. 123
Wow.
to 63.
And our boys was on this team, so we lit
Listen,
them up.
we had 38 apiece, and we didn't play the fourth quarter.
38 apiece.
Lit them up.
And didn't play the fourth quarter.
Then they gotta come to my house to our party.
38 apiece.
And didn't play the fourth
And
quarter.
didn't play the fourth quarter.
Didn't play the fourth quarter.
Damn. Wow. You know.
It was personal because we have friends on Sacred Heart. So
they wanted to do them dirty.
it was personal. Yeah. Because it's you know what I mean? It's that when all the season's over, everything, and we might be in the car together and we going somewhere. I'd be
Put
like,
50 cents worth of gas in, and we out.
you know what I mean? Put $5 worth of gas in. Yeah, everybody put $1 in. Dollar. Good. We good. We ride all night.
Right on that.
And talk. We get
And
to
y'all
talk.
gotta talk about that.
And we get to talk.
It was
That
all
60
of
point
us.
loss.
Yeah, we be like,
The man at Sacred Heart.
yo, what?
Dewey at Holy Cross. Us. Who else? All of us was the top dogs on our team, and we all hung.
And y'all all hung. So all y'all the top dogs on y'all team and y'all hung together.
All hung.
Like outside of the game.
Outside.
We together.
We used to go to game. Honestly, he used to come pick me up. We like the night we played against, he'd come pick me up, whatever. fill up, whatever. We go to the game.
Yeah.
We cool. When we walk all the way up, when we got in the gym,
Yeah.
I don't know this.
You go
I don't
your
know
way,
this.
we go ours. It's over.
I mean, I don't know him no more.
You don't know no more.
No.
Turn the switch right off.
Yeah. You the enemy.
Funny thing, you know, we had the parties was at my house. We used to get a keg. You go to jail for this right now. We got a keg every weekend party. Everybody was there. Everybody's at the house. But my boy Sherman, he had St. Heart. He was the one driving.
Yeah.
Remember, I caught the bang on him, and they had it on.
Oh yeah, he put it on the
They had it in the
refrigerator.
paper.
He put it on the
Straight. He like
refrigerator.
this.
No, sir.
And I'm like this on banging, right? Yo, 2
heads.
Yo, my boy, every time he come over, he take the copy and throw it away. I had like 20 of them. I couldn't have done it. Next party, kill.
That was the jamboree. That was the jamboree too. That was the
Yo.
jamboree.
Oh,
Yo,
man.
called him like this, and I'm like,
Yeah.
right? I mean, straight, the best shot
Straight
ever.
up.
I seen that picture too.
Hey,
I seen that picture.
Two
too.
hands.
Come
Like,
over and
boom,
take that
like,
joint out
boom.
the fridge. I'm like, oh, he took it? Oh, don't worry about it. Because you know, you go in the thing, that's when you take a whole stack.
Yeah.
Stacks, I got that. Got
And our
another
teachers
one.
just look out for us. Like, I guess one Mr. Hayes, he used to be like, I don't know if he worked for Waterbury Republic American, but he used to give me all the pictures like that they took. Some of them
originals.
didn't make the paper.
Oh, okay.
And some of them did.
Okay.
So he used to give me everything.
Wow.
Yeah. So I got pictures that it's crazy that never made the paper, but
Oh, y'all had a crazy plug.
Oh.
That's the plug right there.
listen, I'm gonna show you how crazy it was when we was at Wilby. Remember they used to have Reg used to sell pens with me and his face on it.
Stop playing.
I'm not gonna say no more.
Stop playing. Pins with your face on it.
And girls used to buy it.
Yo, pens that you stick around.
Yeah.
You know, like somebody got
Yeah.
like that
In high school.
in high school. And then he had the poster. Remember we came up with the calendar, the poster.
Forgot about the pens. I gotta
It
tell
was
my
big.
boys about that. Forgot about
Yeah,
that.
you
Wow.
forgot about that.
Forgot.
The
Yeah.
pins.
I remember I used to wear that. I had this blue Lacoste little jacket. I had the pen right there. I had one of them pens. Oh, I
So
gotta
y'all
tell
was like superstars.
No.
So y'all
it
had
was-
team merchandise, y'all selling team
Yeah,
merchandise
like
at school.
That's what he was doing.
Where the cheer?
See, he was ahead of his time. He was a business major.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
He
didn't
was
get none.
Reg was ahead of his time. He said,
Yeah.
"You know what? I got a good thing here. Let me make some money."
And he rode off that.
Hey,
What?
I gotta know. Did any of the cheerleaders wear any of that at the games?
Absolutely.
Like, did they wear the pins and everything?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Cheerleaders rode with us on the bus. So
Yeah, absolutely.
That was then.
They was first. They was like the promoters. You know what I mean?
I mean,
And
that
then-
seems just
And then
smart.
once the other girls see they in school, they like, yo, I want one. I want one.
I want
I want one. I want one.
So you
Wow,
had
so they had to go to Reds again.
They gotta go to Reds, and then you buy. He sold them,
Damn. Oh, he was.
and then they
on
would
it.
buy a poster too, because the poster would have like all different types of action pictures of us and shit.
Yeah.
Like the whole team though, like all
Right.
different like everybody like on the team, and then they would have like advertisements, and then they have the calendar
Yeah.
for the year.
All you're missing is trading cards with just stats.
That's
on
all
them.
we missed.
That's
That's
all
all
y'all
you
missed
missed.
the trading cards. Wow.
But that's that. Yeah, people don't believe. I was like, yo,
So I mean, it's I mean, as I listen to you guys, it's like yo, Reg really had a system.
this is what I'm trying to tell.
And-
I was
and when you
like,
look
yo,
at-
if you ain't play for him, yeah, it's easy for you to sit here and be like, he let us do whatever and run or whatever. No,
Let me
But-
say this.
but you-
Nobody can say. Nobody talks about Nick, how they talk about Reg. Not one player that played for Nick will say Nick this, Nick that. Every player that played for Reg is going to say Reg
Fact.
this, Reg that.
Fact.
You will never hear anybody saying Nick anything.
Fact.
You will not.
Fact.
You definitely will not. That's
or
the
tag,
difference.
or tag.
Yeah, that's the difference.
Or you know what I mean?
We're still talking about Reg 35 years later,
And-
like what he did and how he looked out. There's nobody talking about any of these coaches from the city like that. Nobody.
And the crazy thing is too is like, you know, my thing is this: if you already knew, all right, they're gonna run a gun. If you got a coach that all right know what they're gonna do, you should be able to defend against it. But it's no defending
what
against
can
that.
you? Yeah, what can
There's
you?
no
do?
defending against that. Like, in order for
Listen,
you guys to play how y'all play,
You
y'all
in the
got
hole.
condition had
You
to be.
in the hole in the beginning of the game. You in the hole 50-0 off top. You in the hole 50-0. So you coming in the game, you know you got to score 50 at least,
At least.
at least 50, maybe 60. at least off top to win the game. That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Now you got to score on the defense too. You see
Right,
what I'm saying?
you
Now
gotta
you're
get
getting
some
pressed. Now you're getting pressed. So now you got to be able to score on that defense.
Wow.
So it's 60-0, and you got to try to score on the press.
And y'all press from beginning to end.
Beginning to end.
Damn. Wow. What did the practice look like?
That's why I said the practice. It was,
Like in terms of like competing against each other.
I mean, it was crazy. You know what it did? It set up the next level of players. Because they felt as though if you can hang with us, it was like when I came in. When we came in, it was 5 of us, right? Well, it was 7 of us all together. It wound up being 6 of us. But my coach, we played the JV team. We had Freeman at the time, which is a whole nother subject.
Yeah.
And God rest his soul. But he was one of those coaches where when I came in Wilby, there was 9 seniors.
9 seniors.
9 seniors.
Damn. Wow.
Yes. So his mentality was, you got 3 more years left.
We're gonna let them rock.
We're gonna let them play.
Ooh.
Not
We're gonna let the best.
let the best play. That was the difference between Reg. Reg was like, yo, I'm playing the best.
Wow.
If I had Reg in the beginning, we're talking another like 600-700 points. Like, easy.
Yeah.
So Freeman was the coach when
When he
that's
got
when he got fired when the kid on our team died.
Yep, yep.
But I wasn't starting because he had seniors. I wasn't starting.
This is
When
this
Reg
is-
came
this is-
in,
that was his
he
mentality.
playing the best players.
Reg said,
I averaged
yo,
19 my
he was
freshman
like,
year.
I don't know what y'all used to or whoever. He said, I'm playing my best 5.
That's 5.
I was like, woosah.
Yeah,
Wow.
we played the jamboree. All I
Wait,
played
hold
was
on.
just the jamboree.
Before you get to that, we're gonna take a quick break and then we're gonna pick up right there. Wow. All right, so as we was about to get into the Reggie O'Brien era, but right before that, so what does December 8th, 1985? What is that? What does that mean?
That's when that's when my boy drowned in the pool.
Yeah. That was obviously that sent like a whirlwind
Throughout the city,
throughout the city.
throughout the state.
Wow. So what happened with that?
What happened was, like Wilby had before me, Wilby had initiation. They would, the freshmen, they would all grab the freshmen, throw them in the pool, whatever.
Okay.
But I can't swim, so I was like, listen, me being from long hair.
Yeah.
I was like, listen, if y'all throw me in the pool and I get out, I'm shooting everybody.
No, sir.
No, I was that serious. Because if I get out,
yeah.
I'm not. I know if I get thrown in, I'm not getting out.
I'm not getting
so
out.
if I'm getting out, it's for a purpose.
Right.
It's to shoot everybody.
Right.
So I was, that's how scared of the water I was. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I was like, so that day, it was after Jamboree. Matter of fact, it was the Jamboree.
Mhm.
And that day, and they was like, we're gonna go, we're going in the pool. And I was like,
It was after the Jamboree?
yep, after Jamboree, the next day to practice. Because
Okay.
Jamboree was Saturday, it was a Sunday.
Okay.
So, they was like, somebody was like, let's go in the pool. Because they did it all the time. So they was like, all right. And the pool was never locked. You just open the door and go in
Yeah.
there and jump in the pool. So it was like, whatever. Me personally, I don't care. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
Y'all go, I'll chill. And I just sat, I went in and I sat over there 3 feet and had my legs in the water.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just sitting there and I'm watching them jump in. Everybody jumping in and getting out and jumping in. And like my man that drowned, he jumped in first. And he was the first one out. And then they start jumping in. Blunt, all of them start jumping in, Melly B. And they all start getting out. Rob Bowens, they all start jumping in and getting out. So I was like, all right. So the second go round, they all got out, and then they start, they were going off the diving board. So then Rob jumped in again, and then they jumped in, and then everybody jumped in, and then You know, I thought everybody got out. I'm just sitting there, and then next thing you know, they somebody was like, "Yo, somebody's at the bottom of the pool." So me, being scaredy cat, because I'm scared of water, I said, "They think they slick. They want me to come over there,
So you can push.
look, so they can push me in."
Yeah.
Not knowing I'm shooting everybody if I get out.
Yeah, you're right.
If I get out.
If
That's
you
the
get
key
out.
word. If I get out.
If I make it out.
If I make it out, I'm shooting everybody.
Right.
So I sat there, I was like, I'm not going over there. I just sat there like this, and then when I seen other people come over, and then I seen my boys start crying, I was like, oh, this is real.
Right.
I was like, it's serious. But I still didn't go over there.
Yeah.
Because I still don't trust them.
Yeah, yeah.
So then when I seen like people jumping in, they was like, oh, and they was like coming back up. They was like, we can't pull him up. We can't pull him up. He's too heavy. So I was like, now I know. I was like, yo, this is serious. So then I walked over there and I looked over and I could see him at the bottom of the pool. So then somebody wound up running and grabbed the coach. And he wound up, Freeman and Kalach wound up jumping in. And they wound up, I don't know how they did it, but they wound up grabbing him, bringing him up. And they started doing CPR or whatever. And they called the ambulance or whatever. And they came and he was like, he's dead, he drowned.
Wow. Wow. And it's crazy because, you know, around that time, it's like y'all season, the Wilby season stopped.
Yeah, our cut off. They
Cut
was like,
off.
and detectives came up there, pull us out of class every day, one by one, bringing us to the principal office and asking us the same questions to see if we changed our story.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not gonna change the story. This is what happened.
Right.
Yeah, like
Right.
they thinking it's foul play.
Right.
And I'm like, not knowing, you know, I ain't know what foul. I'm like, I'm just telling you what happened. Like,
Yeah.
I was there. Like, I'm telling you what happened. I can't swim. I don't know what, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't go over there until they start crying and look. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I stuck with the, you know, the story that I did.
Yeah.
I was like, but
Wow. So the two coaches obviously was
fired.
fired. But then they was, you know, they was trying to suspend the whole season. So you guys had to kind of like do a petition to.
Yeah.
Kinda like
it was. Well, everything was on the. It was like college football now. Everything was on the transfer roll.
Wow.
Can we transfer here? Can we that? Now Sacred Heart was like, yeah, you know, you can transfer Sacred Heart. We'll take you. You know what I mean? You didn't play a game, so you're eligible.
Wow.
Holy Cross, you're eligible. We'll take you and Phil. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we'll take you and Phil. Yeah, we'll take them.
Wow. Dang. So everybody was kind of, if they didn't resume the season, everybody was free to go.
Yeah, you was free to go. You was free to go now. It was like, and you was eligible because you didn't play a game.
Wow. That's crazy coming off like when that was electrifying jamboree where it was like you start like, you know, locally star-studded, everybody in their best, you know what I'm saying?
And then
Y'all got busy.
and that's why they, you know what I mean? Now it's like, yeah, we'll take them.
Wow.
We'll take them.
Dang. So how many games did you guys actually miss going through that whole ordeal?
We missed 12 games.
Y'all missed 12 games.
Yeah, because it's 20 in the season. We only play 8.
Play 8. So now, because then they had to go through a coaching search and all that.
Yep. They had to go through the coach. Well, after when they decided, they was like, yo,
Couldn't resume the season.
Yeah, they resumed the season, but they was like, we can't resume the season because they don't have a coach. And that's when Reg was like, I'll coach you.
Wow.
And he was coaching Post and us at the same time.
So he was already the coach at Post.
Yes.
Okay, that's been his gig.
Yes.
Our coach will be too.
And our coach will be too.
Hold up. Reg is coaching college and high school at the same time.
So you know we scrimmage every day, right?
Post.
There you go.
Wow. Wow.
So if you beating them, what is a Crosby, will be, Holy Cross?
Whoa. That's crazy right there. Who knew that?
The city knew, like the coaches knew that. They knew.
I mean, the coaches, but like
they knew they was coaching Post, and probably the students didn't know. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like who knows that?
They
like
don't know. Like they scrimmage against college people every day. like
Every day.
their first team and our first team. It was no more of our, we play second team and you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, y'all got a legit college team.
Now
to
we got to
against.
play. Now it's like a game.
Right.
We treating the practice like a game.
Wow.
Because we don't want, they from, they from Yonkers. They, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
they talking, they like, yo, Connecticut, we in Connecticut, ain't got no game, da da da. So we had to show them. It was more of a prove.
Yeah.
Where it got to the point where they start, after the practice, they had a van, like they had a post would come down with their van.
Yep.
And then the players would get on the van and they had a player that would drive them back to post.
Yeah.
And then drop the van. They start bringing us to post with it.
Bringing y'all to post up
Yes,
there.
after practice.
Get out of here.
That's where it got.
Wow.
It was like, y'all can hang with us. Y'all good.
Wow. And so this the varsity squad.
Yeah. This is Reggie's varsity squad.
Reg, now
This is
Reg
not-
take over.
Yeah, this is not Freeman's varsity. This is
Wow.
Reggie's varsity. Because Reg was like, I'm only playing the 5 best. I don't care what grade you in. I'm playing the 5 best.
So he came in with that understanding, that mentality.
Yeah.
If you ain't good, you ain't the best, you ain't on this team.
No, if you started last year and you don't show nothing, you're not starting this year. You'll be coming off the bench. Which you got to respect. And I loved it. I was like, this is what I needed last year.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's a year too late for me.
Yeah.
He's right on time for Phil.
Right on
'cause
time.
He's a freshman.
Phil, you're a sophomore.
I'm a sophomore. I'm like,
damn. Wow. Wow. So when you guys only played eight games, how do you guys do in those 8 games?
in the 8 games, we won 4 out of the 8. We was like 4-4.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So given more time, y'all probably would have.
No, we think about it. We won the city in NVL the next year.
Right. Wow.
So we came in. We playing against like Holy Cross, Kelly Monroe, Kenny Green, Frank Lombardo, Clay Williams. They had, you know what I mean? They already played. They was 12 games in.
12 games in.
You know what I mean?
Used to everybody all.
They
lose.
like, you know what I mean?
So it wasn't even like, okay.
We was just. This is a new 5. This is what I'm saying. This is a new 5.
New 5. We got a game next week.
Yeah, you got a game next week. Get it together.
Wow. Damn. Okay. So now Reg is full blown. He's in there. Your sophomore year now. No, this is
My sophomore.
you got a whole sophomore year with Reg.
No, the 8 games. The 8
8
games.
games,
with Reg.
but then your junior year.
Junior
now,
year.
how's
it's
that?
on. Now it's on and popping. We know it's on and popping now.
Okay.
We didn't play. We scrimmaged post every day. If we didn't beat them, we brought them to the limit every day. Whereas they respected us where they start bringing us to post. Hanging out with college girls. We in high school, hanging out with college girls and all that.
And that's got to be a huge confident booster.
What?
Like, for your,
You couldn't tell me.
For your game,
You couldn't tell us nothing.
Y'all practicing on a college campus.
And we're juniors, and we're hanging out with college women.
Wow. Yeah. Often.
A lot.
A lot. Wow. So what does the summer look like in your preparation to the game?
The summer was like we was occupied. We me, Phil, we was on the same AAU team. Between that, summer league and camp.
Okay.
So it was constantly
playing.
Yeah, he was constantly playing. It was and you playing against some of some of the top competition in the country. When you AAU wise, you know what I mean, and pro sheet wise, you playing against some of the top competition.
The thing is too, I mean, AAU is kind of like, it's a big thing now.
Yeah,
but you guys are playing it.
It wasn't.
Back then,
That's
it was
when
earlier market.
it was just starting.
Yeah.
So you had like Connecticut had one team. You see how Connecticut now you got like 15, 20 teams.
20 teams, yeah.
Connecticut then only had one.
One team.
See, they only took the cream of the crop.
Okay. Wow.
At that time.
At that time.
They was just like, you know what I mean? We think you'll fit on this, and and we had to go to. We were driving from Waterbury to Stanford, practice. The coach would give him money. Stop. We went to Burger King every day. We was young, you know. We went to Burger King every day. He stopped, give us food, and then drive us back to Waterbury. And then he would have to drive back to Stanford.
Wow.
Think about that.
Damn.
That coach was like, yo, I need them.
I'm willing to drive wherever.
Well, he hired somebody. He hired, Coach hired.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, I need them. So, and he paid him
Yeah.
to do it.
Wow. And y'all got busy.
And we got busy. Because that's why he kept doing it.
Wow.
He was
Okay.
like, yo.
Dang. And the crazy thing is too is the bond that you and Phil and the guys on your team was able to create. Just kind of like now we playing together all the time.
Because we did a lot. We not only we did a lot, we been through a lot.
Yeah.
Like we been through a death. We been through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Phil said, it was my mother died when I was 9 years old. My father died 90 days later.
90 days later.
90 days later.
Wow. Damn.
You see what I'm saying? We moved from the hill to Arion, out at the bottom of Arion. So and Phil lived right on the corner of Walnut and East Farm.
Yep.
So we was right there. So now we walking, instead of walking down from the hill, going to our games, I just come around the corner, and then we'll walk to our game.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Or walk to the boys club.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It changed like that. It was like,
Wow. So at Wilby, was your style still kind of like the forward swing, power forward? What was
nah,
it?
it changed. It
What was your
changed. It
position?
changed. It changed.
Once-
Because when I got there, like I said, I wasn't my freshman year. I wasn't the biggest.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It was all, you know, we had like 6'4", 6'5", 6'5". You know what I mean? Going across, and then the guard, they was like, yo, you a guard. And I was like, all right, I'll adapt with that.
Yeah.
And then when he was like, damn, you take the ball to the hole, ain't nobody blocking your shot. And I was like, how you maneuver and this, that. He was like, and then I start doing what I normally do because I was so used to. I start bringing him down on the block, and he, my coach, he was like, they can't check him down here. You can't check him. What are you gonna do if we play somebody your size?
Wow.
And he was like, yo, he's better than somebody my size. One of the players was like, yo, he's better than somebody my size. And he was like, how is that? He was like, you check him. He's like, yo, you check him, man.
Wow, so you giving them hell down there?
Yeah, because I knew growing on the hill, like everybody I played against was pretty much bigger than me.
Yeah.
So I know how I get my shot off. I know how I lay on you a little bit.
Yeah.
And then bring it out and just lob it. I know how much I had to put on it or whatever.
Yeah.
Reps. It's all about reps.
Yeah. Wow. So I mean, that's when you think about all that in itself, like just kind of like what you're going through. And me and my brother, we talk all the time. It's like we got to create situations for the kids to play up. You know what I'm saying? Back then it was natural. Like you had the part, you got older heads that's playing. If you want to play, you got to play with them.
You gotta step. Yeah, you gotta step it up.
And you got to step it up.
You can't play like they play. You gotta
step it up.
Like you put more concentration into it. You put more thought into it. It's a lot. It's a lot that goes into it. Like I be watching kids. I be like, they don't. It's crazy because they don't take the game as serious as we did though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They don't take it. They do the drills. They have more. I wish we had the drills. Like they got drills. Like now they do the drills and everything.
Yeah.
But we didn't have the drill. Like we didn't have the knowledge of the drills and everything like that. But just the reps of doing different things, like just getting the ball over somebody or double pumping on somebody and then getting the ball. Like the reps. You know what I mean? When you play against somebody like that every day,
for sure,
it becomes natural.
For sure. And you guys, so would you say after that jamboree, winning the jamboree, and obviously, I'm talking about the year, the short season.
Oh, yeah.
But winning that jamboree, was it kind of like y'all first taste of stardom? Like we stars?
Well, it was the first taste that we knew where we was.
Y'all knew what y'all was.
Like you, we on scene now.
Okay.
Like we're next on deck.
Got you. Okay.
This is it.
This is it. And so that next
Like,
year,
we're gonna, you know what I mean? It was like, yo, we might not win, but we're splitting.
Okay.
Like nobody's beating us twice.
okay.
We was like, we definitely gonna split.
okay.
We had that mentality, like they're gonna split, we're gonna split.
Yeah.
Which shows because the next year, then we won it all.
Won it all. Wow. Before we delve, too much into, we're already in high school, but how'd you come up with the nickname Chubb?
I used to be, believe it or not, I had crazy big cheeks, man, when I was little. Crazy. Fat cheeks.
Okay.
And that's where it came. They was like, you got chubby cheeks. And then they was just like, Chubb.
Yeah, okay. And that just followed you.
Yeah, it never left. It never left. Even when my cheeks went down,
Yeah.
It was like, you still Chubb, man.
Still Chubb, right? Oh, man. So now your junior year. So now you pretty much, you got a good nucleus with your squad. You want to feel, y'all connect. Your team is pretty much clicking on all cylinders. Now you guys are playing in summer leagues together.
Yeah. Camp, summer leagues, AAU.
Was basketball ever not fun at that time, or was that like the best?
That was it. Honestly, that's what kept me like grounded and focused. Was
Right.
hoop.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It kept me. I had options to be like, I can go here and do whatever, drink beers or whatever. I was like, nah, I'm gonna go. I'll be on the court.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm going to. You know what I mean?
Right.
I had it's options. But that kept me. It was like what I love to do, and that's why I did it.
And you think about it too is, growing up, up top the hill, you know what I'm saying? You had, like you said, you got options to do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
It's that discipline and that, that determination, like, nah, let me go down here. You know what I'm saying? And when you buy in, not even buy in, like when you can pretty much zone into your craft, it's like, sometimes it's like, nah, I'd rather just go on here and get some shots up and
just get some shots up. And hopefully, some people come up.
Yeah,
and I
get a game going.
You know what I mean? That's all. That was my day. Like it consisted of my day. And they respect. I gotta say they respect it. They never said, nah, leave. Don't do that. Just hang with us and Nah, they was like, all right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Like they never, it was no peer pressure. Like
right. And then and here's the thing, you're actually getting busy on the court when they see it, like, oh, Chubb, putting in work.
Because sometimes we used to play, and then they'll see the difference.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because they were older than me, but now they see like you older than me.
Yeah,
but your game is not older than me.
Right.
You know
They can't even check you no more.
Now it's over now. Like
it's over.
So now they see. They was like, now I see where the work went to.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean?
So you have would you say your junior year y'all won everything? How your senior year?
The senior year was great too. We was 18-1 all the way until we met Crosby. We was 18-1.
18-1. How's that now? Tell me what it's like leading up to that Crosby game. Cause this the big game, everybody.
It was
you know what I mean?
It was the hype.
So how's do you guys prep different, or I'm sure you guys met earlier in the season.
Yeah, we won by 16.
And y'all won by 16. So now this is the championship.
Yep.
What's going through your mind, and what's the feel of the team leading up to that game, or even the school for that matter, leading up to the Friday night game.
Listen, the school. Let me tell you, the school was crazy. Like, and this is the old Wilby now. This ain't the new Wilby. But the old Wilby, that day of that Crosby game, I honestly, nobody went to class.
Nobody went to class.
It was a big like. People have boxes in the hallway playing music. Everybody was amped up. We had a jamboree prior
to the game.
Prior to the game, we had a jamboree that day, and then it just after that jamboree, it never ended. It was a big.
The party was going on.
Yup, it was a big all day, and it was just like everybody was like I was just so amped up because I knew we beat them by 16 up at Wilby.
Yeah.
So I was like, we good.
We good.
And then in the first half, we up by 22.
Up by 22.
So I'm like, yo. And it was crazy because we was winning. It was, Phil had 25 and I had 20 at halftime. We was winning 45 to, just us two. 40, we was beating them. 45 to, like 40 or something like that.
Wow, with y'all too.
Just us two, like.
Going back and forth.
Just going back and forth. So they was like, that's what I'm saying. When you players, you just off the rip, the score is 50, 60, nothing.
Yeah.
Off top.
Off top.
Guaranteed. Might be more, you know what I mean? Like Phil had 40 that night.
Yeah.
I had 30.
Right.
That's 70.
That's 70. Damn.
We scored 90.
So the accumulation of the other teammates.
Yeah, we lost by one. We scored, you know what I mean? We scored 90, 96. You know what I mean? We lost by one.
Wow. Wow. How was that? How was that L?
Oh my goodness, man. You
Wait,
understand?
How was it walking into that gym with? I'm sure it's jam packed. Like you standing room only.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
How was that feeling? Walking, it was just like, all right, it's showtime.
Listen,
or
and not to bring it back.
Mm-hmm.
Before that game, me and Phil went to Crosby played Sacred Heart prior to that game.
Okay.
And we walked in. We had our NVL jackets on that we had won the year prior.
Yep.
And we just walked in and we sat in the stands, and this Crosby fan started heckling us like, "Phil Lott, Kevin Eason, you see the score?" And we was just sitting there. We was like,
Sitting there.
And he was like, "Yeah, that's what we're gonna do to you," and da da da.
Oh man.
So, like Phil looked at me, I looked at him. I was like, "You ready?" He was like, "Yeah, ready." He said, "Yeah." He said, "Y'all leaving? You're not gonna watch the final score?" And I said, "You want to know what the final score is? Watch March 6th." And we walked down the steps and walked out.
Wow.
I said, "You want to know what the final score is? Watch March 6th."
Watch March 6th. Oh, y'all.
And we walked out of the gym.
Wow. And all eyes was on y'all too.
Yeah, he's yelling. This dude is yelling. He's like in the middle. We over at the end.
Yeah.
Like when you come across, we went right up the steps. Like we didn't want to go in the middle. We
Yeah,
didn't
you
want
went right up
because that's what we was trying to avoid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not him. He's yelling. You see the score? I was like, oh my goodness, this dude is crazy. I'm just trying to. I'm like,
damn.
yeah, it was. I know.
Did y'all feel any pressure? Like not even like that. Just not per se that particular game, but just like any time of the season. Was there any pressure, or was like?
Nah, because we knew we had to listen. After, like I said, after playing college people, all that, we knew we had the best team.
Right.
We knew we had the best team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We played them already. We beat them by 16.
Right. And
we knew we had the best team.
And when you watch your body of work, y'all got
7
big on
times. We
everybody.
the one. You know what I mean? We guaranteed to win 4.
Yeah. Right. So
it's just that one night. It's like March Madness. It's just that one night.
That one night. How would okay? Now you in the game, you playing. So you first half y'all up. Second half what's going? All right, what's the discussion in the locker room
At halftime?
at halftime?
At halftime, Reggie was just like, "Yo, the game's not over." You know, he's like telling us the game's not over. But mind you, this is Wilby now.
Mm-hmm.
So we got people from last year's team, from I don't know how they got down from the crowd, coming down there saying, "Let's just bring the trophy down here right now. Let's just bring the trophy down here right now."
Oh man,
This is you know what I mean? And Reggie was just like, "Yo, don't listen to that." It was like, we still got to play a second half. He said, just, you know, as long as we keep doing what we're doing, we're good.
okay.
And it was like, but everybody's like, you don't understand. Everybody was like coming down.
Y'all like Crosby?
Yes. And they coming, I don't know how they got down there. I was like, yo, how they get downstairs? Because it's supposed to be blocked off. The cop right there. When we walked down there, the cop was there. And they let them down there, and they was just like, let's bring the trophy down here right now. Let's just bring the trophy down here right now. And I don't know if it got into, like, it didn't get in my mind, because I knew, you know what I mean, we still had to play a second half.
Yeah.
But I didn't think, we was up by 20 or 22, or I was like, I didn't think we was going to give up that lead. I thought, they'd come back a little bit and then we'll bump it back up.
Right.
Like we normally do. You know what I mean? It's like, but when it's a lot of, it's just a lot of fun. I didn't realize how much money was bet on the game.
On that game?
Yeah, like I realized like later down the road.
Okay.
Like, and then I'm thinking, you think about it, the mayor's brother was the coach on Crosby.
Okay. Wow.
And if you watch the tape, there's a lot of phantom fouls. Because they was like, we gotta get one of these. We gotta get one of them out.
Gotta get one of them out.
Yeah, we can't keep letting both of them stay in this game. One of them gotta go out. And I'm like this. I'm standing straight up like this. I don't even touch her. And it was like foul. And I'm like, before foul, I'm like,
are you
for
serious?
What? I was like, yo. He was just like, I was like, all right. I went out the game and then come back was on.
Wow. And that's
For my plate, when it's for the fam, then you know the mind frame. Touch minds and I'm bound to boost the crime rate. For my sake, before it's my way, I'll creep and put this fifth on your brain like a migraine. Why y'all niggas wanna try me? Down to catch a body, then I'm fleeing to an island, bringing mama forgive me. But when that liquor get mixed all in my kidney, I be paranoid like they